The process, like I say, starts earlier and earlier. We probably had our first confirmations, I would bet, by October. And then the process begins. You know, you try to find people that are out working, that are touring, and you try to get to those offers as quick as possible. And then you find people that are debating whether they want to tour or not. You throw something out there, you go fishing, if you will, and trying to find people that want to work. And then you start building that lineup on the screen on the wall. With the Rolling Stones in our venue, the guys from AEG who had been here before, they were here with Prince probably like 8 years ago, 9 years ago. And they remembered what it was like on our stage. What makes us different than most amphitheaters is a lot of amphitheaters have a slow incline going back and it goes forever. Ours is pretty steep. And when you're standing on stage, all you see is this wall of people going up. And even though it's 23,000, it really feels real intimate. It feels like you're in front of 12,000 or 14,000 people, and it's a very intimate venue. So they remembered that. So when it came time to do a show in an amphitheater, they remembered our venue and said, that's the spot. And one of the things about what made that show work for us, what was great for us, is that they wanted to do something different somewhere. And they're doing a lot of stadiums. I mean, they're doing all stadiums, except for our date. But they wanted to come in and have some fun. So they wanted to be attached to a festival. They wanted to have some partying going on before it. And it all worked out great for us. We're happy as can be. I mean, we started that process in, I think I was driving into Chicago, to Waukegan, and my phone rang in December, sometime early December. And it was the guys from AEG saying, what do you think of that? And I went, well, okay, let's go take a run at this and see what happens. So, and we kept it on the down low. We kept it our little secret in the entertainment department until it started to look like it could be real. It's a magical night, and it's so big for Summerfest. It's the biggest show we ever had for the festival, bar none, you know. And it increases our visibility around the country, I think. I think people look at the festival and go, oh, that's doing well. So with Zac Brown, we started that process last summer, right around the festival time. We said, we want you guys to come back and play a date for us. So that process started then. We were holding dates probably, I would say by the end of July, we were holding dates for this year. And then there was talk of them starting to do some stadiums, but we really pushed because we really wanted to have those guys back. And we were lucky enough that they said, yeah, let's go do Summerfest again. It's a fun party for us. And I think they just like the venue. It's a party time. Summerfest is a party, and they can feel that vibe out there. So I think they're excited about coming back. We started with Ed Sheeran probably before last summer, talking with the people involved with Ed. And they kept saying, it's going to get bigger, it's going to get bigger, get in there. And we put that on hold once again, or last summer, probably right around the festival. And at that time, he wasn't where he is now. But we had the date locked up, and it became the last date of his tour, his American tour. And we said, oh, that's perfect for us, let's do it. And they liked the idea. And we managed to score it and lock it down. It's going to be a great show. I mean, there's an artist who just keeps building and building and building. He reminds me a lot of the whole Bruno Mars thing the year before, where he just has built and built and built. He just came out of nowhere and just took off. I mean, he started out with Taylor Swift as her opening act, and look where he is now. You know, we always try to get a hip-hop guy, a big hip-hop guy every year. I mean, you go after your Kanye's, and you go after your Drake's, and for whatever reason, if those can't work, then you start looking around, and Kendrick's first album did so well, and he was like an underground kind of guy, but he was starting to bubble, and I started hearing buzz about that second album being really, really, really good and being a big hit, and I didn't even know when it was coming out, but we started the process working on Kendrick, and his agent said, yeah, let's do a date. And we put the numbers together, and we made it work, and we didn't want to go crazy on ticket prices because it was kind of this is kind of his first big tour, if you will. And once we got it done and we figured out when we wanted to announce it, boom, the album comes out with a surprise album, and couldn't got any better timing than that. We'd always wanted Neil Young. We've been trying to do Neil Young for a long time, and every year, for whatever reason, it doesn't work. But this summer, all of a sudden, he wants to put an album out, and he wants to do some dates. Not a lot of dates. I think there's like 10 of us, 10 or 11 of us. So we managed to pick that off, and we're happy about that. And with Stevie Wonder, the last time he played here was the day Michael Jackson died. And we thought, boy, we'd like to get him back again. It's been a long time, and he's been out touring and doing great business. So we made the effort, we made the call and said, you know, can we make that work? And they said, yeah, he'd like to come back. He remembered the date. He would like to come back and do something. And we managed to put that together. He's not doing Songs of the Key of Life here. He is going to go back and do the Greatest Hits album. And one of the reasons is there's some quieter passages in that show, and he didn't want to do that outdoors. And he felt he'll do songs from Songs of the Key of Life, but he wanted to do something a little bigger. As far as the ground stages, we're always trying to get those stages better and get better quality. And sometimes we need a little more money, and we'll go in and we'll ask, and so far they've been great for us. With Paris, in regards to Paris Hilton, you know, last year at Summerfest, we did a dance party with Pauly D from Jersey Shore. And we had stuff leading up into it, and then we had Pauly D, and the place was packed, and it was a dance party, and everybody had a really good time. So we sat down and we said, okay, we're going to do the Cascades of the world, we're going to do our EDM stuff, let's do another dance party. What's the perfect dance party? And somebody said Paris Hilton. We went, it's perfect. I mean, it's a dance party. She's not going in there, you know, doing EDM, new music that she's designing on her own. She's out there having a party. We thought that's perfect, and people will come out for that. And then all of a sudden we announce it, and this guy on the East Coast starts, you know, writing about what a bad idea it is, and we're giving DJs a bad name. She works as a DJ all over the place. You know, she works as a dance party DJ. In Vegas, she's there all the time. In Europe, she's there all the time. I didn't understand what the big deal was. So we're sticking to our guns and going to have a party.